Are we about to witness a supply shock for XRP? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, what do you need for a supply shock to take place? Well, you need a lack of supply and you need an increase in demand. And there is any one of multiple reasons in regards to why the demand for XRP is about to increase significantly. And what we're going to be doing predominantly in this video is we're going to be looking at where the supply of XRP currently sits and showing you guys that a very small amount of it is actually on exchanges. Exchanges and the buying and selling at any one time of XRP is what drives the price. And the vast majority of XRP is actually held by a very concentrated number of wallets. Now, some of you may say this is a horrific thing. Well, not if the wallets that hold XRP have its best interests at heart. And I do believe the individuals, and we're going to be looking at those that hold XRP, do indeed have that. So what I want to do to start things off is relook at the technical pattern that we're looking at playing out. We haven't been one of these ding-dongs that has been covering XRP since 2017, only for it basically to just go sideways. We're only really, and the first time I ever bought XRP was in 2017, we're only highlighting XRP over the past months like we have been doing, because if you had held XRP, since a lot of people have been talking about it, people have built entire careers solely off XRP, you essentially would have been outperformed by pretty much every single cryptocurrency. But XRP's time cometh, ladies and gentlemen. And I believe that your capital would have been better put to work elsewhere in the cryptocurrency space pre this current time period and what's about to come. Now I believe actually capital is going to be very well served within XRP, because we are looking, and we've looked at so much thus far from a fundamental point of view. We're going to be looking at the technical point of view in just a second. I believe that XRP is about to do a 2017 style move, and you are on the cusp of it, ladies and gentlemen. We've got things coming to a head like the lawsuit. We've got the real USD stablecoin. I think Ripple is about to go public. They were actually mentioned in CNBC. We have XRP being listed on the CME. It's all coming to a head, guys, and you're very lucky to be speculating or paying attention and looking into this industry, this asset, at a time where it's not even been allowed to become that. And I do truly believe that the whole lawsuit was just a stall tactic to basically keep the little guys out. So what I want to do, as promised, is start things off with the reason we've been highlighting XRP as zealously as we have recently, because I think there's an amazing opportunity there. I think you're very much at the same point today as you were back in 2017. Now, one of the first people to kind of prick my ears back up to XRP was a guy called Francis Hunt. He did an amazing video where he gave a price prediction in the $16 to, I think it was $20 range. And that's my price prediction. He gets that price prediction from a method that he has developed called HVF, Hunt Volatility Funnel. And I'm essentially a student of that method and very much have a lot of faith in it, and do see a $16 to $20 XRP price prediction playing out, being quite likely, I believe. $16 will be conservatives, or will be conservative, not conservative. I very much think it is going to come to fruition. We're just waiting for that to take place. And that's very much going to see, I believe, and take place in a very kind of 2017 style move. You can see these patterns essentially rinsing and repeating. And we've looked at a number of fundamental reasons. When you're looking at technical analysis, you're just looking at who's positioning in what kind of a manner. And it's the best way of being able to predict what's coming next for an asset and its price. And ultimately, what's been setting up is very much leading us to believe that this is going to be a big news event. Now, that could be any one thing, or it could be multiple. I think one thing that's going to see XRP's price do what it's previously done in 2017 is going to be a lack of supply, but a real increase in demand. And that's what I want to dive over to now. So this was an interesting tweet. Now, before I start, I just want to make this abundantly clear. Even the publisher of this tweet, and the guy that published the tweet was XRP Wallets over on Twitter. Go give him a follow. We'll leave a link to his channel in the description. We always believe in promoting people who do good and interesting work. Now, even himself or herself, not quite sure, has disclosed that they're still waiting on Q2 data from Ripple themselves, and it's rough. So it's not going to be to the XRP, but it's going to be in the general ballpark. To back this up, of course, we're also going to be looking at, and this is very interesting. So this is XRP, and this is XRP holder statistics. And the top 100 wallets owns 72% of XRP. Now, the interesting thing here, the really interesting thing here, is this jump only occurred going into this year. Isn't that interesting? So people that are already very rich in regards to XRP have recently been buying a lot out of it, or certainly towards the back end of last year been buying a lot out of it. If you look, you can see some stats down here, and I'll zoom right down at actual wallets that hold XRP. It's a very small amount in regards to, there's a very small amount on Binance. There's a very small amount on Bithumb. Obviously, you've got Coinbase and others. But there's a very small amount of XRP actually in circulation. And if we're looking at a repeat of this, there's going to have to be a sort of supply-demand imbalance. And I think there's going to be fundamental news that's going to drive that demand. And the supply side is what we're looking at today is very much limited. And what moves the price is essentially, on any one day, what's being bought and what's being sold. More people buy than sell, the price goes up, and vice versa. More people sell and buy, the price goes down. So the equivalent of all XRP in circulation has been sent through ODL and is now Ripple owned. Only 1.7 billion XRP. Remember, there's 100 million supply. There's only, I think it's 60 million in circulation right now. 60 billion, sorry, in circulation right now. So 1.7 billion XRP of the circulating supply has been sent to, has not been sent to ODL, consisting of retail and market supply. C chart, 97.5% of XRP and Ripple are founders owned. Now, there's going to be a great pushback to this, and that is that, okay, well, that gives a lot of room to be dumped upon. But why would they dump the price now? And why would they dump on people now if they know and are expecting things to play out in the manner that they are? Also, I want to segue back into Ripple going public. So, if Ripple are in charge, or however many it is, let's say it's 50 billion, 60 billion, and this is showing in regards to total XRP sent to ODL from purchase and escrow is 49, see the dyslexic in me there moving numbers, 49 billion XRP. In Ripple's escrow, there's 39 billion XRP. So add those together, you've got 90, or just under 90, 89 billion XRP. Right. If Ripple want to go public and XRP's price gets to $1, that would mean that Ripple, the company, holds $98 billion worth of assets that are going to be used for, of course, being the bridge asset for currencies, to sort of be the rails that real-world assets are moved around. That video, that interview that we did with Archax, we've seen loads of people use it. You're allowed to, by the way, just give me credit for it. I know some people begrudgingly gave me credit for it. Really opened my mind in regards to using money market funds to essentially, as a form of payments, which Ripple are kind of specialists in. So if you think about Ripple going publicly, why would they want to hold Ripple and not dump it on the market? Well, because it's going to increase their valuation. And actually, Ripple will be going public, in my opinion. It was very interesting, wasn't it, how CNBC and Statista Charts named them as one of the world's top fintech companies in 2024. Also very interesting to do a little bit of segue that Ripple is now listed on the CME. What does that mean? It just means the CME is going to be tracking their price. Chicago Mercantile Exchange. It's significant. It wouldn't be happening. Remember, the lawsuit is still ongoing. That wouldn't be happening if any kind of negativity, I think, was going to come to XRP and the kind of failing of it. I think they're doing that very much for a reason. So, if we go back to what we were talking about and we look at the fact that potentially there is 1.7 billion XRP sort of mixed with remaining market supply, if 1 million people, and I think more than 1 million people own XRP, by the way, were to buy, I think it's 1,700 XRP, which would be, what would that be? $600-700. All that would be gone. 1 million people. So if 100,000 people buy 17,000, so on and so forth. The margins get very small. And certainly if there's a demand reason, a demand driving event for Ripple, which there's multiple, by the way, guys. that supply disappears. And it's in Ripple's best interest, the people that own the majority of the supply and the founders and the holders, to hang on to that XRP, because when they want to go public, they're going to use that to sort of value the company. Now, it's very interesting. Let's, of course, talk about where this individual got this from. So he then references quick rough maths, add original escrow, Ripple Holdings, and Larson, Brito, obviously Brad Garlinghouse himself, Mellon, etc. from the pie chart equals 64 billion. Subtracted from 99.9 billion, 35.2 billion equals 35.2 billion. How much did Allincrypto say Ripple bought? 11 billion. Let's say pick 40 cents. That's $11 billion worth. That's 27.5 billion XRP. Where is the 27.5 billion XRP? This was 1.5 years ago. He then goes on to say, on top of that, 11 billion XRP a month flowed to ODL through a Ripple wallet from open market. Where are all these XRP at? There's not that many. There's only 99.9 billion. Can't send 3.5 billion-ish XRP to ODL and still have 3.5 billion at exchanges as non-Ripple owned. We would need 135 billion in supply. So he adds all this up. And of course, this was another tweet from way back in February. Linto posted an article where Ripple purchased $11 billion of XRP. Blockwork also posted one for $8.4 billion. Almost a year later, we now approach $17 billion. We are halfway through. We are halfway complete with Q1 2024. End of April estimates were Ripple owned 96% of XRP. Check this out below. This is really interesting. This is stuff that I haven't actually explored before. I have done a little bit of my own digging on all of this, of course. And it's very interesting how we saw this massive jump here. Obviously, this will probably coincide with what we've just looked at. And there's only, 28% of the supply, which is significantly less because that overall supply, a lot of that is currently what's some of that's like in escrow. It's not out yet. So it's a very small amount of XRPs actually in circulation. So people talk, I always get this comment, it's just idiotic to be quite honest, guys, where people say, oh, well, there's 100 billion tokens. So what? There's trillions or hundreds of billions of Dogecoin. It still did very well. No, the only thing that moves price, understand this fundamentally about a market, right, and what drives the price. Buyers and sellers, supply and demand. And when there's more buyers than sellers, the price goes up. And as the supply diminishes, but the demand increases, the supply goes up even more because people still want it at a higher price, yet they can't get it at that specific price. So that the market kind of moves things if you get how that works. And it's all driven on what comes in on that day. So if you end up in a situation where there's a demand driving event for XRP, it does not take any kind of a long period of time for XRP's price to start going up aggressively. And that is exactly what we're expecting. And again, crossing back into what we've looked at, there's a million reasons why XRP is likely going to do well at this point, and certainly technically is the thing that kind of trumps it all for me, if you will. I can very much see a lot of credibility to all this taking place, and I'm actually shocked with just how little XRP is actually sort of out there on exchanges. It's probably a lot less than most cryptocurrencies out there. Anyway, guys, that's it from the video. We were away last week. We had loads of content we could have made on XRP, but we had a number of things to take care of. We'll be making up for that this week. And of course, keeping you guys up to date. I know lots of you want XRP content. For a while there, we were getting the most viewed, and we still have some of the most viewed XRP videos on YouTube. We're going to continue that. We're going to continue to bring the heat. And on that note, I'm going to love and leave you. Thanks a lot for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Hang in there, XRP holders. Your day is coming.